Welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. So, we're conducting this quest, side quest, one of several, called Nobody's Tool. Balmog Dark, Writ of Designation. The King of Waloed hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof is to be punishable by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the pursual of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison.
So it would seem.
I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
So it would seem. Are we meant to be? We are searching the bottom floor, right? The Kuza has long been recognized as a especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successfully deploying on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss to Waluda lives. Kuza beast.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Oh, I suspect we're not learning anything good here. Memorandum on Kuza beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us the insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bearers no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required. As food.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
Jeez. Yeah, so,
nothing but a Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs.
As bad as...
I can't see how Doris is getting on.
As bad as things are, like, in some other domains... Yeah, it's not good for bearers, anyway. More Akashic there. Okay, good. What else is over here? Looking at these Akashic, are they, why are they so strong? Yeah, I didn't think Akashic were meant to be that strong. Let's proceed. Hey, Doris, you seen anything?
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Perhaps it's gonna lead to... the beast? Maybe? I mean, yeah, it's gonna, for sure, right? I mean, we know how this works. We know how this goes. And then it's gonna be up to us to put this thing down. Wait, where are we going? Is this the right way?
Let's see what we can find down here.
Got some amber. That's good. Oh?
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Oh. Hey, little girl.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
Okay. There it is.
It's out there waiting for me.
Look at it.
I can't let it live.
Look at it.
Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Just prowling, flexing, trash talking us. Yeah, we're coming for you, buddy. We're coming for you. Come on, where's the gate? Hello. Kuza Beast, A rank. Let's go.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
Oh, wrong button. God damn it. God damn it, what am I doing? What the hell am I doing here?
Let's try.
Okay, firstly, let's lock on. Good. There you go. That's all I wanted to do. Completely forgot how to fight there for a second.
There's a good boy.
No way, this guy can cast Meteor as well.
That's better.
It's like it thinks it's a behemoth or something. There we go. Okay, let's just treat it like a normal monster. And start chunking away at some of that life. Ow.
Let's try.
There we go. Okay, second stagger round. Let's go limit break again. And is this gonna finish him? Is it? It finishes him. Boom. Notorious Mark slain. Well done. Well done, us.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
Oh, well done, Doris. Sometime later.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Oh, well done, Doris. We're nobody's tool. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, time to get straight back out there. So we'll just top up quickly by old Karen. And then yeah, once more into the fray. Let's do it.
Clive. Go on then.
Okay, we'll need some more potions.
It'd better all be here.
Just making sure I've got everything. Okie dokie. And next up on the old side quest missions, we have an inconvenient truth. So let's see.
Village looks abandoned. Now,
What do we have in this abandoned village? Let's see in here. Royal Intelligence Training Report. In the wake of a tragic fire of Cair Novent in 873 and the subsequent depletion of our most highly practiced intelligences, all mainland strongholds were instructed to redouble training in clandestine maneuvers, improve weaponry and assassination techniques, and dispatch promising volunteers to Stonehill for inspection. This report detailed progress made by the strongholds at Garnick in reinvigorating Waloed's ranks of esteemed intelligences.
This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks?
White of flower and black of root, the latter of which gives out an inky goal. The goal is a complete botany of Banes.
His interests were certainly varied.
Okay. And is this the library? The Moogle. No spirit or sprite appears more often in Valisthean folklores than the humble Moogle. Though they are occasionally painted as mischievous souls akin to pixies or imps, most stories depict them as clumsy yet congenial spirits who delight in helping mankind with their daily labors. They are said to have sweet tooths, leading to the common superstition that one must not leave cakes or other sweetmeats uncovered overnight, lest naught remain but crumbs one morning. In appearance, they are described as being covered head to toe in soft white fur, excepting the small dark wings by which they are somewhat able to take flight, and the brightly coloured pom-poms that protrude from the tops of their heads. And yet there is one detail regarding the Moogle that most find more remarkable than even the orb that tops its brow: the fact that the creatures actually exist. Preposterous, I hear you say. Everyone knows that Moogles are the stuff of legend. I quite agree, but every legend has its basis in truth, and in the case of the Moogle, the fact may not be so dissimilar to fiction. Ancient bestiaries list the white mole whose feet do not touch the ground among the beasts of the realm, and illustrations beside the name? Why, it is none other than the Moogle. Of course, it is true that the creatures are not known to still survive in the Twins in modern day. Perhaps their miniature wings carried them over to other climes. Perhaps they were hunted to extinction. Or perhaps, just perhaps, they do still live among us, hidden away far from human view. Ah, nice bit of lore on Moogles. From a distance, this is it. Chapter 16, interesting. The Fall of the Bearers. The emergence of the first magic adepts was widely heralded as a gift from the gods. Indeed, the title with which those with the gifts came to be commonly known is most likely to contract the bearer of the heavenly blessing, the wording used by the tribunes of the time. Those born with the blessings were lauded as living crystals and granted high office and plentiful reward for their status as chosen ones. Over the years, this reverence for their kind would become a full-fledged religion led by the bearers themselves, a development that would prove fateful. The divers nations of the time were unanimous of their disapproval for the founding of the church. While the authorities had for years welcomed bearers into positions of power in their own structures of state, they were mistrusting of the organization led by bearers for bearers. Efforts were immediately made to chasten the church and its followers, banning members from holding office, evicting adherents from their homes, and breaking up meetings by force. The church responded by forming a volunteer army to resist this persecution, and yet it continued, creating a cycle of ever-increasing bloodshed and rancor, and a growing rift between those born with the blessings and those without. What began with beatings and street clashes would eventually spill over into an all-out war that consumed the greater part of the Twins for nigh a generation and decimated the population of men and bearers both. The deluge of blood that stained the land crimson and left an even more lasting mark upon the minds of the Valisthean people. After the bearers' last resistance was crushed, the nations of Valisthea came together to sign the Continental Accord that initiated the system of slavery that persists across the realm to this day. Its well-known phrase, "bearers are other than human," has its roots in the bitter war of the years before, being the unblessed's only excuse for their calamitous refusal to allow the blessed to decide their own destinies. Aha!
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Indeed. Man, this is big. This is big. Let's get this out of here. What do you want to bet we meet opposition?
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Oh, I like what you did there.
Subtle.
Subtle.
I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Oh ho ho, buddy. Buddy.
Let's see, shall we?
Whoa. God damn it. Dude, you're making me look bad. Man, I feel I'm gonna have to go limit break here. Okay, stagger time again. Let's go. There we go. I mean, seriously, these guys are going to stop us taking the book. They're not going to stop us taking the book like this. Come on.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book, for now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait! Damn it.
That's a pretty good disappearing trick.
Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
Yeah, not bad. But before that, we have another quest over here. A Litany of Errors. So let's go check it out. Or is it just across the way? Oh, what am I doing? Okay, I have to be getting close now,
Back
right?
to the stables, Carl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
So this is the quest for Herman's German. Let's get that registry. This is a chest. Bannock Conservatory, writ of incorporation. The Kingdom of Valud hereby incorporates this institution, wherein juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in service to the state as soldiers. Trainees succumbing to the crystal's curse or otherwise perishing are to be disposed of with all haste. The graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. Bearer disposable within its bounds is punishable by death. Jeez.
Disposed of.
Conditioning schedule. Today's exercise will consist of the press yard, 20 sandbags. The furnace, burn intensity to be gradually increased, live combat, 1 to 3 hellhounds depending on performance.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture.
Jeez.
Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
But like where? I mean, we've looked. Here? Has to be, right? I've recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not so much as thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I'd been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile, the smile she inherited from her mother, the mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. Their ghosts have all come back to haunt me, my daughters, my wife's, all of them, all these children, so many have died at my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer, and so I've decided tomorrow I too must die. It will be the last order I give these poor wretches, the last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb and utter my accursed corpse beneath the white tree whose crooked hands reach to the sky in supplication, and besides me, my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all those I have wronged. That's what we're looking for, I think.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
He said by a tree, right? So that would be out this way. Oh my word, guys, what is going on? Jeez, look at all these graves.
A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Hans, 10 years old. Lithification. Alfred, 9 years old, succumbed to conditioning. Lithification. Emaciation. 11 years disciplined for attempting to fight. For flight. 9 years succumbed to conditioning. Succumbed to lithification. Dietrich. Jeez. This has to be it, right?
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose.
Indeed.
This place is cursed.
That's just frying. Let's just fry him. There we go. Is Joshua even helping me here, I wonder? Whoa! Too close, too close, too close, can't see. There we are.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Indeed. Back to Herman's German. Okay, so... My word, all these side quests. My god. So, oh yeah, we did speak to a Vivian as well, don't we? Let's see what she has to say about it.
Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
Alright. An inconvenient truth. Scholar's bonnet. Very good. Hang on, let's have a quick look at the hunts. See what we got going on. Okay. So we got the S-rank ones. More S-rank ones. Wailing Banshee, okay. Alright, okay. Got a couple of hunts. We should be able to do them. I think now especially, we, I suspect we should be strong enough. Hang on a second. Yeah, he's up there, isn't he? Hang on a second. God damn, did another quest become unlocked? Jeez. Well, we shall have to take a look at that in a bit. Let's have a quick word with Herman the German and update him.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
I may. The Bearer Registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body, nor any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Oh, no worries, Herman. No worries, buddy. My word. Whew. So, yeah, I don't think, side quests are gonna get any easier than that. Like, that was, pretty heavy going. But, at least we got a bit of closure for our guy, Herman. And, yeah, I don't know, I get the feeling like these side quests now are gonna be a lot more of that kind of ilk. More kind of closure quests. You know, just wrapping up storylines, things like that. But, you know, we'll have to see. We've still got an awful lot to do. And another quest here, so let's see. What do we got? Making amends. Master Clive, I'm aware that the matters of much great importance which demand your attention, but should you find yourself in a moment, I bid you visit me in the shelves, that I might ask for a single favor concerning His Highness Prince Dion. Okay.
It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
A tale to tell. Well, we'll have to find out. We'll have to find out next time, guys, because now we'll take a quick break, and, yeah, take a moment to review all of the quests that we have yet ongoing. But, yeah, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.